have any grudge cars out here, so I could just film and not worry about grudge cars. One try or no? Start cutting it? Oh God, it's gonna be two. Oh God. All right, whoa, easy there, kiddo. Easy. Thank you, sir. Yeah, just hook that battery up, now we'll be golden. Oh, Martin, you're the best, dude. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's gonna be a quick one here. We're in the shop, RPM Motorsports. It has been a while since you guys have been back here, and this is the current status of the cow. Yes, I know it's a little sad. We got just the transmission in there, no torque converter, and as you can see, we got this blue line. I was trying to drain as much E85 out as I can. As you guys know, E85 left in the vehicle is never good, so I got, I'd say 90% of it out. So what we're doing today is we're just getting the transmission out of the vehicle. That's the last piece. Being that we broke the crankshaft at that last counterweight, it puts a lot of pressure on a lot of different things. The converter can get messed up, the transmission input shaft or the pump can get messed up, along with the engine, and then the turbo got messed up. I need to get a new oil cooler. It's really just an absolute nightmare. So I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna at least get the car up in the air before Jeff gets back here. This should be a quick fix, quick little pull, quick little R&R of the transmission. Really the only thing that's holding it on right now is we got this ratchet strap going across holding it up because the engine's not there, and then we got the trans cross members. We got 4 bolts there, and then just take the drive shaft out, and that should be the end of it. But we're going to talk a little bit about what we got going on. You guys haven't seen Jeff in a video in a while, you haven't seen the cow in the video in a while. I got my turbo back today. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going around. Let me get this car up in the air. Right, so this is what we got going on under here. I apologize if the lighting is not perfect. Transmission leaking fluid as always, drive shaft, rear end, strange engineering, 9-inch center section. This thing is a beast. And then as you guys can see as we go up here, just all we got holding this on really is the trans cross members and then just that ratchet strap like I said before, so not too hard. What I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna drain the fluid out of this. Because when I take it to my transmission builder, Mike's transmission here at 4042, he's the one that rebuilds it for me. I go through transmissions, I'd say more than less, because I constantly just beat on them and drive them on the street everywhere and just really torture them. So he obviously doesn't want any fluid in them when he's going through. This time he's going to just kind of freshen everything up, check clutches and make sure nothing's bent, make sure the pump's all right, and then put a new oil pan gas or transmission fluid pan gasket on there, and then we should be good to go. You also have to drain this out because if you were to take the drive shaft out, it would just start puking fluid everywhere until you put a cap on it. So let's get that undone. Normally if the trans is like fresh or something and I have to take it out for some reason, I will save the trans fluid. For some reason I cracked this open and it smells rather burnt for some odd reason, not really sure why. Don't have too many passes on this. As you can see, yeah, it does smell a little gnarly. Not really sure why, but it is. Yeah, so we're just gonna send this one out to the pasture and we'll put fresh trans fluid in it. I'm at the point now where I'm spending enough money where it doesn't justify saving, you know, 30-40 bucks in trans fluid. Just replace the trans fluid. Really no big deal. So we're getting all this out of there and we'll put this back in and we'll start removing the drive shaft, which is one of my favorite parts because it's just this big old steel one-piece drive shaft that says John Doc Cowmaro. This was literally, that sticker has been on there, sorry, that tape has been on there since day one. That's how long it's been on there. So yeah, once this drains, we will be good to go. I didn't really talk too much about my rear end setup that I got going on here. I got a fresh set of axles from the drive shaft shop, Strange Engineering dual adjustable coilovers with pretty much BMR everything. So once I get the car back up and running, I'm definitely gonna do some videos where I do full walk around. I talk about every part, talk about kind of everything we got going on, and definitely talk about, you know, what makes it go fast. God, it's been sitting so long, it's got spider webs on it. RIP. bolts back here to stop everything from spinning. I undo the shift linkage and then I put it in park, and I will rotate the drive shaft until I get them where I need, and then place it in park again so I can not try to do it by hand and hold on to everything. So we got these about out, then we're going to pull the drive shaft out. After that, just the 4 bolts here for the trans cross member and a trans jack, and this sucker will be out. So we have gotten to the wonderful point where we have the transmission. As you can see, it's just sitting on the jack. Everything's undone. Things you got to go over when you're taking this transmission out. We got the trans brake. We got the trans cooler lines. Over here, the shift linkage. That goes into one of the holes for the pan. So you kind of got to take those out in order. I apologize if the lighting is terrible. Hope you guys can hear what I'm saying. Hope this is informational to some of you guys that are thinking about doing a 400 in a 5th gen. It fits like a glove. It really is nice. It's a nice marriage. It's like it's meant to be. They really should offer this as an option from the factory other than the Copo. But yeah. So as you can see, we are completely free. All we gotta do is lower it down, set it on the ground, get ready to take it to Mike's in the morning. And that's pretty much gonna wrap up the work part of this video. I got my turbo back today, so I'm gonna show you guys that. That sucker looks absolutely massive. It's quite remarkable, I will say that. That turbo is just absolutely awesome. Precision turbo, 8891 billet Gen 2, all day long. If you're thinking about getting a turbo, a large frame turbo, like something in the 80s, I definitely recommend going with that. Definitely go billet wheel, you can't go wrong. So this transmission here will get another rejuvenation, another chance at life down at Mike's. Just check everything over, go through the clutches, make sure everything's good. He'll tell me if anything's bent or broken, needs to be that. Be sure to check him out if you need any transmission stuff. So let's get this out, let's get this finished, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
What is going on, guys? Making a guest appearance on John's channel. Be sure that you comment below and guess when John's car is going to be back together and running. Now, keep in mind, everything is kind of in process right now. The transmission is going to go out soon. The engine is being built. So, what are we doing? Month and day?
I'd say weeks. If you
Okay.
have any weeks.
In weeks from the day this video comes out, how long it's going to take to get this thing back running?
As you can see, we're really far with me standing in my engine bay.
Yeah, we are John powered currently.
Feeling really good. Guys, so that's going to be a wrap on this for today. I told them, I said I got my turbo back, and everyone's been harassing me all day today, spinning my turbo.
Yeah.
It's just driving me nuts. I thought I'd be cool and leave it on the counter. That's what I get for trying to be here. I'm gonna grab my keys, and then this is the turbo. This is what it looks like when it's not in the car. For comparison, I mean, what is there to compare it to? Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm so upset right now. I'm not even kidding you. On a scale of 1 to 10, you guys ruined my brand new turbo. So this is, yeah, that's comparison of what the turbo is compared to, I'd say that's a medium-large stapler.
This is a Staples stapler.
Yeah, so that's the staple stapler. I mean, in comparison, this thing is pretty stout. And someone drew an actual penis with, I don't know what it would be. Oh my God, I'm shook right now.
Martin's got some talent.
That is not right. Someone, whoever did that took their time. This is why all three of you guys were standing up here while I was back there working. All right, guys. So that is going to be a wrap on today's video. Be sure to check out Jeff from High PSI TV. Thank you for staying.
No problem.
Let me work on my car, help me out a little bit. Be sure to check him out. What video you got coming out next?
Collector car collection up in Michigan.
So badass. You sent me some pictures. A ton of cars up there. A ton of expensive stuff.
Muscle cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Porsches.
So check that out. He's putting that up on his channel probably same day.
Probably.
So you guys can go over there and check that out. Be sure to check out RPM Motorsports for not only their badass t-shirts, but for any Mickey Thompson needs or GM performance needs. We got some badass cars back there and everything. So be sure to Jeff from High PSI TV, RPM Motorsports. If you haven't already, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. If it's your first time stopping by, hit that bell because you want to see post notifications. Cowmaro is coming back together. It's going to be badass. I'm going to drag so much ass. I'm going to start racing pro mods. It's going to be that bad. I'm going to bust everyone's ass. We'll see you guys next time.